Ooh, alright everybody, so we're back on the Galaxie today. As you can see, all the ECU is now tucked away. We are working on the dashboard as we speak. We went to start wiring the rear lights and these are just a mess. These were all, as you can see, that's been melted by the wrong bulbs being fitted inside there. These are an absolute nightmare to get off. You can see all the damage on them, up, down. So yeah, really bad, messed everything up completely. So what we are having to do, everybody remembers this book that I've spoken about before, Car Builder Solutions, to the rescue again. These lights were 85 quid a piece from the States to try and get new ones. Impossible. And as you notice, they're all red. So what we decided, we're going to get some amber acrylic. We're going to cut this out, and then what we're going to do is we're going to bond an amber acrylic lens onto there. That then goes over there, which then goes into this. Now the bulb holders are knackered here, which is why there's been so many problems with the lights. So we're putting new press fit bulb holders in here, which are twin staggered pins for the side lights and brakes. Same up the top. This one had this weird thing in, which then, yeah, you can see the state of them. Not happening, not putting it back in, I wouldn't. So we have got some new bulb holders. They're going to go into here. So that will then be bolted onto there. We'll have the acrylic on the other side. This is all tightened down. And then when that goes on there, the wires and everything also just come through here. And then we'll have a new holder in there, new holder in there. So that's all 4 holders on the back. Front headlights, well, we've run the wires to where they're going to be, but obviously we've decided to put new LED side lights in and headlights and high beams and things like that, which is here, and Adie and Richard working away there. So we have new custom twin headlights, twin high beams, 4 side lights, 6 side lights, because there's a marker light.
2 side lights, 6. 1 in each headlight.
One in each headlight, and the marker lights and indicators as well. So it's going to be quite trick on the front when this is all lit up.
Yeah. 2 headlights and 2 high beams as well.
Yes, on each side. 4 headlights, 4 high beams. Yeah. So yeah, we've got all hands on deck, but as usual, every time we work on this bloody car, something else crops up. So we've ordered a load of parts. We're waiting for them to get delivered. The front lights we're having to run through separate relays because there's just not enough power to run them as paired lights. So we're having to add relays on them, which probably makes more sense anyway because old American cars didn't have modern relays in, whereas this is what we're doing. The engine, it's all sweet as a nut. The dashboard, well, there they are. As you can see, it's all being bonded back in. There's a metal framework, as you can see on the back. This is what bolts into the dashboard to hold it in. But it was separating away. So good old Black Death to the rescue, as such. Got a new ignition barrel. I've actually found the bits of the fittings for the ignition barrel, which was a worry. So ignition barrel is going to go in here. We have the black plug for the headlight switch. They're all going to be wired in as well. But yeah, we were hoping to get this running and wired up for the lights and everything else and finished off this weekend. But as usual, part hunting is a nightmare when you're dealing with old classic cars. But we are getting there. Like I say, all the ECU is now tucked away back underneath where it should be in its own box. So the back is not as bad now. These are just the panels that we've got to put in when we put everything back in. Wiring's all ran through to the back there. So we're kind of stuck waiting on parts again, which is just typical with this bloody car. But getting close. But yeah, she's lush.